I've dealt with the whole of chapter 20. And I've told us how Mary, that the only thing that makes the difference between the person who saw Jesus first and people who didn't see him first was being importunity. And that still stands out to today. She came early. She came while it was still dark. That's Mary. Read the whole of chapter 20. And this is very instructive, very, very imperative. You know, some people have been so early. They've been doing everything early. They've been doing everything while it is. Everybody knows that it's more difficult while it is dark than when there is light. While it was still difficult to do stuff, this guy, dared it. All right? And went looking for Jesus. Jesus, who had been crucified, according to them, they killed him. He's been crucified, and there is nothing to write home about over him anymore. But not with this guy. He now say, I treasure you, Lord Jesus. I know that I'm still going to see you. Whether dead or alive, I'm still going to see you. And early enough, she went to the tomb of Jesus while it was still dark and discovered that the stone was rolled away. The next thing she did was to go call his apostles. Maybe they saw him. Maybe they knew something about him. Maybe they took his body away. She went there and called Peter and John, and they came with her. Stooping low to check the tomb and discovered there was nobody there. That the cloth on his head was there and the linen on his body was there, but there was nobody there. And when they discovered there was nobody, the next thing they did was they go back home. Don't forget that these are the two most important apostles of Jesus. John, whom he loved so much, who used to sleep on his chest. He used to carry John on his bosom. And he used to confide with John most of the things that he would not even tell other people. This is that apostle. All right. And he went back home. What about Peter? Peter, is on him that he said he will build the church. As a matter of fact, we're going to read something about Peter because I want to go to chapter 21 briefly. All right. And these people went back home. Probably it was even cold. Probably it was even rainy. Who knows? Like it's trying to rain now. Probably it was raining that time also. Probably it was cold. Definitely it was not summer. Every time it's not summer. All right? But this guy still stood there in the cold. Not afraid of the Roman soldiers. Not afraid of the Jewish authority. The Sanhedrin. The Pharisees and Sadducees. What they would do to her. No, she was not afraid to identify. She came early. She came in the dark. She went to call disciples. They went back. But this guy still stood there and became, hear this, she became the first apostle ever. Because nobody can become an apostle until Jesus Christ is resurrected. No, you can only be a disciple. You can't. You have to see his resurrected body for you to be an apostle. You have to see. Paul said, am I not an apostle? Have I not seen the Lord Jesus? That's the criteria. Who was the first person to see him? Apostle means the first person to, the word apostle from Greek word means sent, being sent. Because here in chapter 20 we see that Jesus sending Mary Magdalene, go tell my brethren that I've risen. Come on, go tell them that I'm no longer in the grave. She became the first apostle as a result of importunity. What makes one Christian stand out from another is importunity for a long haul. Importunity, you can write it down. Importunity for a long haul. Importunity, in case you don't understand much of English, is consistency. Persistent consistency. Persistent consistency. Persistent consistency. Persistent consistency. Some people persist for some time. Some people consist for some time. Are consistent for some time. All right? But not all of the people persist consistently a long haul. You need to persist consistently a long haul. Like for instance, right now, Jesus wants to reveal himself to people during this lockdown. I was checking my phone during the course of the night because I slept around 12, I think. I slept around 12, and I woken up into the cries of my wife. She was praying. She was at the study desk and she was praying. And the cries of her prayers entered my soul in the midst of my sleep. And the cries of her prayer, stood me up on my bum, not on my feet. And I sat up on the bed and I continued to pray from there on. I just saw that she was just crying. She was just calling upon God. It was the cries of her prayers. May the Lord give you a wife. May the Lord give you a husband that cries in the night. Whose prayer cries, wakes you up and make you sit down. So that you can see the Lord. And I sat down. It was around 4 a.m. or 3 something. And I sat down and I began to pray. After some time, I told her, I said, you have not slept for some time and you're going to be awake by 9. I said, come and sleep. And as he was sleeping, I continued my prayers. And I wanted to check a few things.